1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reservation.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech, authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Ranger was an outsider this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. You know, friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out. I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but you have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble. That's not fair, right? So then, I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, now we have our chance. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, but I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that you get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is... Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation. So long, friend. I really am looking...
Eventually just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to...
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is...
On the surface, he doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on, and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death, to try and pull you... That's quick thinking, and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers. Insofar as things are presently concerned, yes. But what about... Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest. As for the other questions... Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is strapped, but without a doubt, she's the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost. This way. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from us. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this... hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward.
family rep. Is Juniper okay?
Let's see.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Eventually now next. Penacony is too fucking long.
That blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter, of those slain by your hand?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind.
Choice.
The Taurus fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that young, you won't get special treatment.
You tread the narrow path of the hunt. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all learning forms the entire life of a fire. From the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, and my flames are faint. And time.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, Eliminator, you cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here. Bound destruction is intense, but brief. Too quick.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed, eliminated, just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called ink.
All right.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence.
A bottomless stream. Yes. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Haunted. Their time hasn't come yet.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances. They can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that he knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, however, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to...
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I've also been wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder I know something about the Stallion Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for...
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan.
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask, is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality, for a little light. So,
Is that so? And you're already living in the waking world.
sorry. But
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them.
let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family raccoon...
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's...
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by...
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going...
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned. Plus, this is the family's turf. As for that Aventurine, well...
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running... He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't... Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Eventually, we also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we...
So, you suggest...
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any...
I get why, but... No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it. Aventurine's goal, the existence of death, will be covered up by the fate. He's definitely going for the family. I'm just speculating. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go.
Aventurine said something that concerned. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever. But it was a groundless accusation, which... Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of... However, I asked Don Hong back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost message. You've met her many times now. What's your... That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger, too tater, eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of me.
Checked off the list.
I hope it's not because... Yeah. Everyone's still having a... Aw, what a mess. But then...
Looks like Adventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family.
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I see one thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life?
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on.
Worth focusing on? Oh.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr.
I will. Keep in touch. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, being stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Game.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects indicted. Did they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an only final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable path. secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a stellar on board. Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize
Yeah.
secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups, because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Cronin Mookie was the only one that's actually really awake.
I've been watching her closely for a while now. And the first she just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to...
Really? I don't taste any difference at all between them.
The guest rooms are charmingly minimal, an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation game. There are latent memories. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can... The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well...
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Well done.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened to...
They sought refuge in the land of sleep. Children of the flame, this marks your right.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
We have done on the path of destruction.
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the... It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not...
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dom is not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memory.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
A few days ago, the IPC made under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department and in accordance with the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the inner... This is why very few...
Sigonia. Land of... When you took his father...
Mommy! It's Rick.
Time.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that, to be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested, and that's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a... Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't...
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. Oh, she must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. I have to say, the case does represent an opportunity. We can leverage the family's knowledge. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These two... what should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so... I gotta be careful.
Incredible, Gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
Oh, there are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone, but she died. Right before...
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified... There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of them.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback?
A probability? Yes, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Well, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off.
We're here. The Dewlight
Fortress.
This mansion nominal...
Hey, Doc. Whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see.
Follow me and I'll bring you to... I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him...
Oh, I remember you.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's not...
Right, and as I meant...
That's because...
It seems like the idiocy index here...
Dead end?
The door is shut tight. Look,
I mean, there isn't a door.
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden on the previous occasion.
Maybe we should do the same. A reward with no risk. I'll take it. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
6 nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint. They are. What's wrong?
How can nightingales be so huge? They look...
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous.
Really? What?
I was being sarcastic. Can't you tell? Do you need me to remind you?
Yeah, you're right.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we?
No, but this door is locked.
My friend? Did you?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before I'm not wrong. We meet.
Oh, an escape?
Get serious.
Wow. That's enormous. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings. Oh, look. There's an...
There wasn't a gap before.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have...
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Found it. This is it.
A reward with no risk. I'll take it. just like it always does.
Don't need that one. To the damage.
If I were you, I would...
At least I can get the season out.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building tools. Oh, look. The gap is closed. Actually, I think we could make this work. Oh, fine. It's just a key. Let's find a way to open the door.
Supposed to be there. I think that's because it's a story. And tell me about the tour.
Hello, I am an oak soldier. Model, happy to be of servant. And the nearest check-ins, please. Model.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do it.
I saw.
Oh, capsule machine. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much? This is hardly enough for a seat at the table. Feeling lucky.
Nice job!
No dirty tricks, all right?
Fight is fun! White tiger, left card, watch this! Oh, I get it!
It's on me. Maybe I'll take it off! Watch your head! Spin freely. One of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Doc! I'll need your...
There's no need to. Finally, a moment of peace.
Welcome, customers. Here you go, Master.
Answer me. Measure of truth and falsehood. How's this thing? Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Off your back. Just place it here. Thanks, Doc. Horatio, you should come in here and take a look. View here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just... All done. Piece of cake. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table. The joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. It makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all that, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
It's a pity you made it out.
Yeah. Only I believe he...
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your...
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye, and that's fear. And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding in... That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. It's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder, we'll see. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero, well, you can't win if you don't play.
Ah, the charming audacity. To think that you, of all people...
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
Seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and
the box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Aventurine, when you are out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks, The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows. Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try. And we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor. Please. Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see it shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance.
And this golden stone is also known as a topaz, not a venturine. And it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone. More precious than life itself. With a bunch of worthless jewels. Disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated. Is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learn him, Doctor. I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career. You wretch. Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours.
compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty. Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth. That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it. This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Adventurer. You are free. I will wait here for your good news. This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution. Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question. What is it now? Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? I got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won.
One? What happened exactly? Tell me.
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square.
Of course you would. You've always been a lucky child. Gayatri Triclops must be watching over you.
That's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad... This is just a necklace. But Kakavasha, you are my only family.
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace. There'll be no next time.
It is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. I don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gayatri Triclops. She has also granted us a chance, and that's your good luck, Kakavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin, have. You're a child blessed by Gayatri Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the
2 Gaiathra Triclops to protect this wealth. But sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catacom's land only to prepare for Gaiathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath. The moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rain pour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were...
And there we go. Wow, stop for now.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family art.
Just as I thought.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? Please rest assured, your vitals are monitored in case of emergencies.
Can I trouble you to access the records?
I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss
Fine? What does that mean?
Sure. Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she doesn't have a disguised identity. She's also in the running for the legacy. How is she?
Is there any other way to enter a dream?
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, the hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the
Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are...
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their armed evacuation. What do you know? Fish help! Help!
Hey, check it out!
To all guests!
Albert must have beating for you lot! You've been told not to take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd...
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Evangeline has told me a lot about your happenings. It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here in Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former friend, only Aventurine.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the Dreamscape.
His situation.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel.
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them?